practice I call remembering regulation. Meditation and yoga regulate your nervous system. And you can only heal and thrive with a regulated nervous system. So we're going to start with a regulating tool. So the tool we're going to do tonight is called the 4-7-8 breath. So it's basically inhale for 4, hold for longer, we're going to say 7, and then exhale for double, which is 8. Okay. Now, having said that, I find sometimes it takes me a little bit to get to the 4-7-8. I may sometimes start at like a 3, and then let's say we'll go hold for a 5, and then we'll exhale maybe for a 6 or something like that. So you can work up to it. So if the 4-7-8 right away is not working, just take your time. I will guide you for a little bit, and then you find the rhythm that's going to work for you. Okay. All right. Let's begin our 4-7-8 breath. So you want to be sitting comfortably. You want your spine upright. And of course, you can close your eyes if you like, or softly gaze and begin. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. I'm going to leave you on your own. You can count to about 4. Then hold the breath. You never want to force it, but hold it, maybe for 7, maybe a little less. And then exhale, and try to make your exhales twice as long as the inhale. Okay. So you find the count that works the best for you. I'll leave you for a couple minutes to complete this regulating breathing practice. Okay, let's finish and complete the next cycle you're doing. Allow the breath to return to its own natural rhythm. Notice how you feel. Tune in somatically to your body. So the 4-7-8 patterned breath directly tones your vagus nerve. This long listening pathway that carries signals of safety from the body to the brain. It can help shift the chemistry of stress in your body. Your heart rate can slow down, and muscles receive permission to ease and relax. So it's a great way to shift the body out of dysregulation and move it into regulation. Now, of course, there's many different breathing practices that can do this. This is just simply one of them. So as you find your own gentle rhythm, just notice the breath coming and going in its own natural way. The breath that's always with you, and the anchor for your mindfulness to pay attention on purpose without judgment. And what are we being mindful about? We're mindful of the breath, aware of it, but we're also aware of the body that breathes. Or even offering a little scan through your body. I like to call this the soma scan. Soma meaning of the body. It means all of you, not just the physical layers, but the energetic, the emotional, the mental, and even beyond. It can even be the spiritual. So you're just scanning, see what's happening right now. And when we bring the mindfulness and the non-judgment, this is bringing compassion and loving kindness, bringing in the tend and befriend way. So if there's something we don't like, we don't want, we just like, okay, maybe approach it a little different. Tend and befriend. Hold space with loving kindness. So as we bring this awareness, we just let it settle. Just feeling both the rise and fall of the breath, the hum of energy beneath the skin. Places of tension. Where does chronic tension land in your body? Some of us have many, I think, we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, so to speak, might land there. For some, it might be the stomach, the abdomen. We can hold tension. Maybe our heart feels compressed and closed, shut down. Out of safety, the dysregulated nervous system is only there to protect us. So it needs to shut down. It's like this immediate response. And if that's true for you at the moment, then you just hold space for that. You don't judge any of it. So as you notice tension, but also notice places of ease. Let the breath be what it needs to be. And just like coming back to the breath can anchor you in the present moment, so can being aware of sensations in the body. Sensations anchor awareness in the present moment. And by the way, you can only be present when your nervous system is regulated. Presence speaks to your mind. Our mind, most of the mind, like we have different parts of our mind, but this one part we call the monkey mind is a time traveler. It lives in past or future. The past can be linked to ruminating. I mean, it can also be linked to wonderful memories, reminiscing. It can also be linked to learning from those things we've gone through so we don't repeat the pattern. But it can go to that ruminating place and we can get stuck there, especially when our nervous system is dysregulated. So just to even acknowledge that for yourself of have you been ruminating lately? Like what's been on the mind? And then also the time traveling future mind can be linked with worrying, which can be linked to anxiety. Oh, by the way, the past one is linked to depression. Too much ruminating leads to depression. Too much worrying leads to anxiety. And, just again, hold space if this is true for you or it's been true today at all. If you've been anxious about anything, worrying about anything, your mind in those loops, we're holding space with gentleness. We're not judging ourselves. We all do it. We're all human. Mm. Let the breath come as it needs. And also, this future mind again, there's positive and negative aspects. It's good to think about the future. It's good to have goals, it's to have a vision for your future. It's good to imagine in your imagination a beautiful world, a beautiful future. These are positive things. So we're holding space for all of it. But I think that loving kindness and compassion comes in when we might be in those patterns, though, of rumination or worrying. And so, as I was saying, the only place that you can be in the present, with the present mind, is just simply present at this moment. It's not ruminating or worrying. It's right here with you right now. This is what we're training our mind to do in meditation. And that only happens when the nervous system is regulated. So, this is why doing a little bit of somatic before meditation sometimes can be beneficial, like the breathing practice, like the cradle of compassion or the butterfly tapping. You know, Meditation actually can be very beneficial after a yoga practice. Yoga practice really helps you regulate. In the Kripalu Yoga Center, this is how they do it. You you have a hour plus long class, and then meditation is after for 20 minutes. And maybe there could be 50 to 100 people in a room there. And I'll tell you, 90% leave for meditation. I'm always, I'm not shocked anymore, but I'm always like, really? This is the time you get to really sit with yourself in stillness. Let the breath be what it needs to be. Mm. These little sighs are very natural. Can't we do them every few minutes or so, several minutes? Sometimes we don't even know. They're just these little gentle sighs. Let them be. They're an invitations just to land here in this moment as it is. And by the way, you don't have to sit completely still. This was something I was trained in to sit and not move. 1 hour, don't move. It's quite strict, quite disciplined. I don't follow that. If you need to adjust something, please do. If there's discomfort, maybe just sit with it. If there's strain or pain, something that feels alarming in your body, like, you might have some issues or ailments, then you move. Because the thing is, if you force yourself, then you can get dysregulated. That's not doing you any good. The other thing that I tend to find myself doing without even noticing it sometimes is a gentle sway. So even as you're sitting still, if it can be very soothing just to ever so gently sway side to side. So feel free to allow those things to be. Maybe you just need a little propping up and just bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Just to remind you to keep your spine upright. To take those breaths as needed. You can do a sigh breath. And another one's really good is the humming breath or the breath, the good. And just do a little slight hum. Your vagus nerve, by the way, loves that. Your vagus nerve starts at the base of your skull, comes down, and there's all these tentacles and nerves in your neck, in your chest, in your stomach, in your abdomen. It's connected to your second brain, the gut, and the gut instinct. And we are healthier the more often we can be in a regulated nervous system state. And I think these practices like yoga and meditation, they can really give us the difference where we know that we can feel different when we give ourselves, we do the practice. And this is important because it's a remembering of regulation, what that feels like. So I'm going to do just a little practice on what dysregulation feels like so we can have that contrast. So this can feel like in your life when there's an urgency. when you feel scattered, when there's an overwhelm, when you feel frustrated, when you have too much on your schedule, you've overscheduled. When you're late for something, I mean, you can feel it instantly, like this dysregulation that happens, the tense that happens. Dysregulation can also happen where you feel shut down, numb. It's also the nervous system protecting you. Like sometimes we just need to dissociate in a way. It's not healthy for us ultimately, but in those moments, all the nervous system is doing is trying to protect you from threat. And of course, these days we don't have saber-toothed tigers after us. This is an important part of our limbic system that protects us. It keeps us alive and safe. But the thing is, if we've experienced the things in the past that have dysregulated us, this goes into a memory bank. And in the present moment, the same thing doesn't have to happen. It could just simply be a flavoring. Something reminds the nervous system. This could be literally the tone of someone's voice. It could be an expression on someone's face or similarity. It's not the exact same thing. And so what the nervous system does in that moment is it goes into the dysregulation to protect you. And so this is why it might, in that moment, it might be completely safe and benign. But the nervous system is still trying to protect you. And so this is why it's important to really be somatic, be in the body, be aware of listening. And these practices like meditation that help us tune into the body, to tune into our truth, to be able to tune into first our intuition, which is a soft whisper. It's a whisper, and we miss it so much. But it also can be that visceral gut instinct we get. And sometimes that can just simply be a pattern showing up. And other times it can be telling us and guiding us, like, stay away, that's danger. So we need to have the discernment to know the difference. So these responses, don't think of them as wrong or mistake. They are the ancient strategies of protection, learned through experience and stored in your nervous system. And to undo that pattern, it requires consistency, consistently showing up, consistently practicing present moment pauses. So let's come back to regulation, to really just feel it in your body. It arrives with spaciousness, with steadiness. Just a sense of to be a beingness. It's not all the doing, but just simply be in this moment. And know that you've got you. You've got your own back, you know? The prefrontal cortex, the front in your brain, comes back online. Perspective widens. And choice becomes possible. You make better choices when you are regulated in your nervous system. Return to the breath. Just let the breath be. Whatever it needs to be. Remind yourself to sit upright. Maybe bring the corners of the mouth up, bringing a sweet smile. Just knowing in this moment you are safe, you're here, showing up for yourself, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are enough as you are right now. And these are the things we need to give ourselves, like in this consistent way, to rewire the brain. And even though a lot of our somatic practice and regulating practice is somatic, it's of the body. And we also have this mind, this brilliant mind, but also the monkey mind that can wreak havoc. So we want the awareness to also include the mind so we can catch, when those thoughts go into ruminating or worrying. And you know what? You can't, this work that we do in the nervous system, you can't just tell, you have to show. You can't just say to your mind, stop it, stop thinking that way. It doesn't work, by the way. We need to somatically come in the body. We need to do these practices like meditation, like yoga, like walking in nature. Like you could do this in connection, being with someone safe, talking to someone that's safe. That helps regulate, co-regulate each other. Doing breathing practices, doing cradle of compassion, tapping, havening, soft touch on the body. They're all somatic ways to regulate your nervous system. And this is why it heals. That's where the healing comes from. You need to show, not tell. So to be aware of the thoughts, and thoughts can even imagine them just drifting, almost like clouds in the sky, and just noticing them come and go like the breath comes and goes, like the sensations in the body come and go. When you are aware without the judgment, you're mindful, the witnessing, you can witness, simply just witness it. It's a sign of nervous system safety, the capacity to observe without being overtaken. So as you hold space for the mind, for the thoughts, for the sensations, for your body, and for the breath. Just anchor, you keep coming back. This strengthens neural pathways of regulation. So I invite you to bring your hands together and then open the three middle fingers. It looks like a flower. And peer into the flower. This is called Padma, means lotus. Turn to the diamond light. Om Mane Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized. So recognizing this is within you and within each one of us. Feeling your palms, bring your hands right in to touch your breastbone, the chest, the place of the heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace. So I thank you for showing up to practice today. I honor the light within each one of you. Namaste.